We outside today, y'all. We ain't in the gym, man. We giving y'all something different. I'm sitting there with the boy GH, and we got a special treat for y'all. Meek Love, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Shakur. Now Shakur is going through it with Shushu Carrington. I like both kids. It's not going to result in a fight, so for me, it's unnecessary. But y'all give me your thoughts.
I mean, you say it's not going to result in a fight. It could. I mean, it ain't too far.
It's 2 weight classes apart.
Well, that's only because Shushu trying to start low and end high. You know what I mean? Like most fighters do. But Shushu might be the same exact height as Shakur. So he come up 35, or they meet at 33, something like that. They can make it happen. I mean, and people will be interested in that fight. That's a real good fight, skill-wise too. I mean, 2 great skill sets. But the beef part, I ain't really hear too much about. I don't know what they going at it about, and I ain't see that coming. But I mean, it happens. We talking about the dog business. You know what I mean, so
Cora didn't like, I guess, comments that Shushu made in the interview in regard to his fight. And you know, Cora been on his shit lately. Anybody can get it. He the new can man.
Maybe he was trying to treat Shushu like a little nigga. Maybe not. But no, to be real though, I can see that though. I can see Shakur looking at him like, what you even saying anything for? Only because Shushu career started a little later. Shakur obviously did more in his career with his time, but it's crazy because I think Shushu might be older.
Shushu's a year older,
yeah,
and Shakur alluded to that. He called him a 27-year-old prospect.
Yeah, so everybody feel entitled in this situation. I mean, I get the beef, but the beef part where they be not even beef. I ain't gonna say beef because I ain't gonna make it like it's something. But I get where they be going back and forth with each other. But what I don't get is if y'all not gonna fight, it's kind of a waste of time. I mean, but then again, with all the clickbait shit going on, and people trying to get their name in the algorithms and stay in there, I understand. But it's a lot of times they ain't nothing gonna come up. You know what I mean? I think they should fight. That's a great fight.
Meek, as a fan, you watching after Shakur's victory, him on Twitter going at it with Berto, going at it with Cam and Mace. We not the little niggas, we the big niggas. What? Yo, that line was hilarious. But going through it with Marcus Brown, now Shushu. In your mind, like, what's your opinion about it?
Get off Twitter, man. Just get off Twitter. And just take constructive criticism. Ain't nobody say you can't fight. He's a great fighter. Just let your hands go. That's all we saying. That's all we saying. That's what I want to see, man. Just let your hands go. And that's it, man. That's all. That's really all I got for it, to be honest with you.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Last night, somebody made a great point. When it came to Jamel Herring, for some reason, he had some type of hellfire in him about that fight. Like,
I remember that fight.
You didn't just beat him, you beat the shit out of Jamel Herring.
Facts.
And somebody said, maybe, matter of fact, it was Outlaw, talking to Outlaw last night. Maybe it was because he felt so comfortable. So maybe Shakur thing is, if he not comfortable with you, or if he don't know you, he might not feel like he can get off the way he want, because it's kind of like the unexpected. He don't know what's coming back his way. But with being in the ring with Jamel, I would imagine being around him, watching him train, he kind of had him figured out. You know what I mean? But what that shows somebody like me is what we call picks. Got picks. You'll fight a motherfucker, but if you ain't too sure about what they might do, you ain't gonna go in. Like, you ain't gonna let your best arsenal out. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's like, But then that might be why he feels so comfortable with saying he'll fight Tank, because he know Tank.
He's done a lot of rounds with Tank.
So all right.
That's a good point, yeah.
But criticism only really been about the way he's been talking before the fights, and then what we getting in the ring. Like I said, it's like false advertisement. It's like getting a great movie preview, and then you go to the movie, and it's like, damn, it wasn't even worth my money. I should have chilled. Why? You know what I mean? Just record it when it dropped on Netflix or something. I mean, I just hope I hope we figure it out. I got a few ideas for him. I know he wouldn't be willing to listen. You know I mean, but I just hope he chill. You know what I'm saying? Get it together.
Meek, you were at the fight. What did you make of like the entertainment quality? Of course, Shakur won the fight, but just as a viewer, what more do you need to see?
We want to see more aggressiveness. We want to see him throw more punches. We want to see him get active. We got the skill to do it. We know he can do it. We just want to see him more active. That's it. I mean, we was just sitting there like. I didn't feel like I was at a fight. I was just watching him like, oh, okay. When you gonna throw the next punch, man? That's how it was, man. It wasn't entertaining at all, though, as a fan. And I'm a Shakur fan. I wasn't pleased with his performance. I know he could do better.
All right, so a fight that we were all at, Jaron Ennis versus David Avaneysan. Since the fight, well, Boots won 5th round TKO. But since that day, it's been criticism of Jaron Ennis gets hit too much. Right, so after the Kareem Chikazin fight, it was Jaron Ennis can't cut the ring off. Now it's he gets hit too much. What's your thoughts on the criticism following the victory?
For me, Boots was in the mindset of I have to get this guy out. Not only do I have to get him out, I'm not worried about nothing he doing because I know he can't beat me. With that though, it lies a little bit of disrespect. With the disrespect, you're going to get hit. Also, this is boxing. You're going to get hit. That's like going to a basketball game and nobody score. It don't make sense. Both teams are going to score. Somebody just got to win. Criticism, that's what's going to happen with anything you do. No matter what you do, people going to have something to say. I think the reason they trying to make it a thing is because people were saying it's too early for him to be in there with Bud. Why would y'all want to fight like that? First of all, we talking about one of the best fighters in the world. Boots is considered one of the best fighters in the world, and on my list as well. Why wouldn't we want to see him in Crawford? That's a great fight. But people also just like to sound smart. You know what I mean? When we think of the internet, sometimes we pay attention. We pay too close of attention to the things being said because everybody has a voice. When really a lot of them people's voice don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So you got people who never fought. You got people who don't know nothing about boxing or fighting, and they're like, oh, he getting hit too much. See, I told you. But they don't know what it's like to be in there, man. 14, 15,000 people. You got 3 minutes around, and it's hot in there, and we getting busy, and on your mind, you just trying to rip somebody apart. So, you know what I mean? The criticism, that's going to happen, but Bruce did a great job. He did a great job because the man had to go to the hospital after that. And you don't get that. You don't get that from not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that because you're not on that level. You don't get that just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, people crazy, man. They crazy.
Yo, the funny thing is he did a video after the fight saying that he was okay. He was shopping and that he didn't want the fight stopped.
Yeah.
It was the doctor that stopped it.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it a bean, right? For everybody, we from Philly. We know people that work at the hospital. He was in the hospital that night.
Hey.
Now, he got out that next, but he was in the hospital that night.
Hey, but dig it. You ain't have to go that far. After the fight, he holding on to ropes, looking in the sky. I don't know who he was praying to or thinking about, but he had this look like, the fuck was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? He was literally looking in the sky. He was just breathing like he could, like damn. So that's enough right there. I don't need nothing else. I don't need to see nothing else.
And mind you, I respect his toughness. We just keeping it a bean. He did go to the hospital that night, and I'm happy that he came out, healthy enough to where as though he could.
Yeah, he can go spend some money.
Yeah, go spend some money because he definitely earned that bread that night.
Mm-hmm.
Me, what did you think of the performance? And did it deserve criticism?
I thought he did great. I ain't biased either, but for him to be out the ring for a whole year and come home and do that, he bought it. He bought what everybody want to see. He brought the dog out. David Avaneysan did a great job too. He didn't back down, but he just ain't have enough. The better man won that night. The criticism, like you said, is going to come regardless. And what else you want from Boots? He ain't backing down for nobody. He want to take every fight. This guy just got to get in front of him. You say it every time. Just put him in front of me. Sign the contract. That's it.
Yo, I'm gonna give my 2 cents real fast.
Okay.
yo, it bothers me that fans focus more on what fighters like can't do, or they try to look for like little holes instead of focusing on what fighters can do, right? Because I heard the same criticism with Bud after Mimashita. Oh, he gets hit too much. If it was this guy, if it was that guy, they would have did this. Here's the reality, right? When you look at Bud, you look at Terence Crawford, you look at Gervonta Davis, you're not safe anywhere, right? So if you think that you're safe boxing on the outside, you're not. They can hurt you there. If you think you're going to walk forward and pressure them, no, they can knock you out there. Like I don't think that's highlighted enough. That even with taking shots, you are not safe in any part of boxing with those guys.
Yeah. And look at them on their worst nights, and look at them on their best nights. They get the job done. They still get the job done. When Bud fought Mean Machine, some people say it was one of his worst nights. Got him out.
Yeah.
For Earl Spence, some people say that was his best night. Clean, got him out. You know what I'm saying? When Boots fought Karen, and Karen was moving as much as he was moving, and which was smart, getting up out of there, say that was Boots' worst night, he won every round. But then you go look at Boots and Villa, best night. One of his best nights, I'm saying, because he took his time. Look what happened. Broke him down.
Next week, that's next week, right? Or is it the week after that?
Week after.
Okay. We got Jose Valenzuela, a.k.a. El Rayo.
Next week, but my bad.
Yeah. El Rayo. And Isa Cruz. Sorry. Brain fart for a second. What you think of that fight?
I like the fight, but if it was my fighter, I would say wait. I would say wait, because Isaac Cruz is not at the point where he's ready to slow down. Isaac Cruz found new life fighting at 140 pounds. He feels good. And it only makes him more dangerous because his energy level goes up. But let's be fair. This is a chance for Rayo to put his name in stone. Not only is it a great win, it's a title shot. You know what I'm saying? He can change a lot in his life with this fight. I think he has the ability. The problem is, does he have the mindset to say no when he has to say no, and say yeah when he has to say yeah? Meaning, do you engage when Isaac Cruz want to engage, or do you engage on your time? Do you steal your shots, or do you just try to mix it up with him? The only reason I'm concerned about that is because they both Mexican. When it come down to it, who got the biggest kahunas? You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to show and prove. Isaac Cruz, we already know it's not going to change his mind on what he do. He coming to get some money. He not playing. He going full force. You know what I'm saying? And he doing damage. Rayo, we seen him box. We seen him bang. We seen him score a beautiful knockout his last fight out. But that's it. That's what really concerns me. Can he control himself? Can he keep his temperament at a level where he be able to think with Isaac Cruz and not try to get caught up in a fire? You know what I mean? A firefight with him.
Mexican versus Mexican always ends up in a firefight.
Absolutely.
In a firefight, who wins that fight?
Isaac Cruz, because that's what he's built for. That's what he's made of. He doesn't really want to do anything else. His mind is set on breaking. Rayo, having the ability, can change it, but in the moment will he be able to do it? When you got your trainer, who is it? Robert Garcia is his trainer, or his father? And they looking at you like, yo, you gotta pick it up. It might not be time to pick it up. I mean, but in their eyes, in their mind, yo, you gotta pick it up. Yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. With all this back and forth going on about fights being boring, I don't want to be one of those fights. So it's like, damn, do I want to go in there and tangle with Isaac Cruz, or am I gonna play it smart? He has the height, the speed. You know what I mean? He has all the intangibles to make this a easy fight for himself. But it's like I don't know, bro. Because we talking about 12 rounds with Isaac Cruz always gonna get you to that point where you gotta fight him back. And I mean, will you be ready? I like Isaac Cruz by 7th round.
Terence Crawford, Israil Madrimov next week.
Yeah.
How you feeling about it?
I'm starting to really like this fight because I saw a clip of Madrimov sparring. Looked very strong, very explosive, quick feet. I could be wrong, but I think this is going to be one of them nights where we see Bud turn into a hell of a boxer. Not because he's gonna be scared of the guy. It's nothing like that. It's just he got to be completely careful and smart. And we're gonna see Bud picking his shots. And where I thought maybe he'll stop Madrimov, I think it's just gonna be an 8-4 decision. You know what I mean? Because Madrimov looked mentally tough and mentally strong enough to be able to handle round by round with Bud Crawford. Not beat him, but just be able to handle the pace, things like that. When the adjustments are being made, he looked like he'll be able to adjust to it too. I haven't been able to see too much of Madrimov. I've seen some highlights. I've seen him probably a couple fights. Big, strong guy, sturdy right hand on him. Like I said, explosive, feet pretty quick, faster than you think. I see, like I said, a decision. I don't really see it being a massacre on Bud's behalf, but a beautiful performance, I do say. Like really just picking this guy apart.
Is this going to be a situation where we finally see Terence Crawford start to slow down?
No, not slow down. I ain't gonna say slow down, but I see another level being unleashed. I see that because we're going up to 54 now. 54 is the small giants. You know what I'm saying? Anything 68 and up is the big guys. All of those guys is big. But 54 is the small giants because they bigger than the small 47 on down. They bigger than them guys, but then they smaller than the big guys. But they still big dudes in person. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna see Bud slow down a little bit. Not like you saying career-wise, but I'm talking about just pace himself a little more. A beautiful jab, beautiful body work. Just taking his time. You know what I mean? Try not to make too many mistakes because he know he in there with a pretty good fighter.
Now, normally, moving up in weight, that first fight, the fighter feels incredible. Being that they don't gotta cut those last couple, but this is 7 pounds that Terence Crawford doesn't have to cut.
Yeah.
So are we looking at a stronger Terence Crawford at 54?
No, we're definitely looking at a stronger Terence Crawford. And one thing that he did that's very smart, he brought an educated Andre Ward in for sparring. What that does is you in there with a bigger guy who can think just like you, but he's dealing with a different strength level. So Andre Ward naturally is a light heavyweight, right? 68 light heavyweight. Maybe walking around right now like 210, 220. He look big as shit.
Yeah.
And I could imagine they wasn't in there trying to kill each other, but just to be in there and feel that difference in strength and size and height, you know what I'm saying, that's going to prepare Bud really well for this fight.
First off, being able to call Andre Ward for sparring, it's like, that's shit.
But that's because they understand the big picture too. If you want the king to remain the king, he got to go through some things. So why wait till the fight to go through it? Go through it in the gym. You know what I mean, where nobody have to see it, and then fight night you would never imagine, because I'm pretty sure he went through some shit in training camp. Everybody do, but I mean that's how you're supposed to look out for your brother. We don't see too much of that. We see a lot of back and forth bickering and hating and shit like that, but that's the case where where he's looking out for his brother.